stupid dragonfly-looking things.
Yeah, these dragonflies can really just hit you out. Well, you really seen them in time. That's happened a lot to me. Another stinking upside down treasure chest.
Yep.
Every single time you see one, you're getting so annoyed. It's like, I want that, but I can't stay on the ceiling.
Not yet, anyways.
That is true.
Oh my god, how did you survive that?
Song of Soaring, please?
Hey, you pulled a chugga.
The guy's so interested. He's like, what is he playing? I don't know, what is he playing? Is he playing music?
Bye-bye.
Hey, how'd he get wings? I should do something. I'm not gonna do anything.
Alright, time to flip the temple.
Yeah, so that hint we got before about hitting the switch on the outside with a light arrow, this is where it comes into play. The switch on the very right side here will actually be the one switch you need to hit. Play your LG in emptiness just to, well, play it again, because it's Stone Tower after all. And then you can hit the switch.
We did the exact same thing.
Yeah. It's good timing, that's for sure.
But again, make sure you're actually on the switch before you play the song, otherwise it's going to be a waste.
Yeah, I've done that before. Because I pull out my ocarina where it looks like you're on the switch, play the song, and then once you're done, the switch just goes back up.
I was not close enough.
Yeah, you gotta get pretty close to the edge because it's kind of a picky shot, and you have to pretty much hit this thing dead center too. If you hit just a little bit to the side, it may not recognize. Also, we don't show it off, but if you have a magic bean, when you first flip the dungeon, right behind you to be a thing of soil, you can plant a bean. It'll just take you to some goodies. I believe it's a bomb shoe, I believe also a silver rupee, and then one more magic bean so you can fly back down. That's really all it is. Yeah, but if you have a magic bean, you can do that for some goodies, but it's not really anything spectacular. So it's not really worth going out of your way if you don't have a bean at this point.
Also, on the bottom of these platforms, when you first come outside, you'll see a symbol of the Triforce on the bottom, which is kind of cool.
There's a lot of mysteries revolving this place of Termina, and one of the biggest ones is revolving around Stone Tower, believing that people of Termina do not believe in the same things as Hyrule does, and it kind of mocks the Triforce and all that. So that's pretty much like a little reference to that, but we don't know if it's true or not.
No.
Just a myth.
So now that we're upside down, be very careful not to fall into the sky. I know that sounds really weird, but it can happen.
If you fall in the sky, it's basically the same thing as falling down a bottomless pit. You'll void out and warp back to the entrance of wherever room you came into. So be careful of that. In the beginning, it's kind of hard to avoid that because the platform is so narrow just getting to the other side.
It is narrow.
Also, I really hate this chest so much. This chest I'm going for right now, it is so picky to get to. I've always had the hookshot it, and I don't know how else you're supposed to get here without having a hard time. Because if you try to hookshot it, there's a huge invisible wall around this opening for some reason. It is so big.
Yeah, that chest is very annoying.
Yeah, I have no idea why they made it this way, honestly. It's not fun to deal with. So I'm just doing like the most precise lining up and hoping I get it. Which, like I said, it's such a big invisible wall, you just have to keep on trying.
This chest can make you go insane if you're trying to 100% this temple. So be very careful. There you go.
It only took 20 plus hookshot shots. Well, we got it.
I think that's the stray fairy I end up passing up to.
Yeah. In the end, we both do get all the stray fairies, but I do believe you collect some of them off screen just to make it a little bit easier as well, because I don't have any footage of that. So...
Yeah, I should explain that. Because at the time of this recording, because we're doing post commentary on this, as you guys can probably notice, but I was so far behind because this temple drives me nuts, and like I said, I have mixed opinions on it. I like it, but at the same time, I fucking hate it too. But I got so far behind that Lester was pretty much done with the temple, and I didn't want to make him wait anymore by just standing around doing nothing, so I ended up skipping a few fairies, and I went back and collected them off screen later. And sadly, I don't have any footage of that, so...
I mean, really, the only stray fairies that you're missing, I believe, are the ones that you have to backtrack for, and we're showing off all of them anyways at this point.
Yeah, but if my numbers jump at the end of the video, you guys will know why.
I don't think they jump. It's more or less you have, like, what, 11 or 12 stray fairies when we fight the boss. And then we go get the item at the same time. So I was like, wait, I found 3 stray fairies out of that heart piece. Oh, what did you talk about?
But I wanted to explain that at least so you guys know that I didn't cheat, I just did it off screen. It's not like I went and downloaded a save file that had stray fairies or anything like that, because I know people can do that.
That is true. Especially at this point, because we're both playing off the same kind of region coding on the Wii and everything, we just give each other saves.
So, I didn't get Lester's save, I promise. I did it the old-fashioned way, just didn't record it is all.
No cheat codes, no Gecko OS, whatever cheat code program is on the Wii again.
No homebrewing either.
Yeah, we don't drink beer. You know, I didn't know what homebrew meant at first, and I was already familiar with what homebrew was on the Wii. So when I first saw that term on the internet, it's like, oh, what, the homebrew channel on the Wii? No, making your own beer.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Well, when I first learned the term, no, because I just learned about it for Wii.
Oh, okay.
And then later on I learned, oh yeah, no, let's make your own beer.
What the hell are you doing?
I was trying to see if there's any way to, like, pull out the bubble while flying. I almost did it, but I don't think it's possible. It would have been hilarious to see, though.
Yeah. By the way, guys, if you guys want to know what we're talking about on homebrewing for the Wii, it's basically just hacking your Wii.
Yeah, it's basically that. And it's really easy to do at this point. Yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it unless you know what you're doing with it, but putting it on the actual Wii itself doesn't really have too many consequences anymore.
No. The Wii's kind of outdated at this point, so...
Yeah, I mean, I have it on, like, all the Wiis I have, but that's because of, like, backup saves and all that jazz. It just, in terms of dealing with the files on the Wii, it's very easy to manage it when you can just actually manage the files. So, it helps transferring over everything. Even copy-protected files like Smash Bros. Brawl or Mario Kart Wii saves.
Oh, yeah. But now Lester's doing one of the most irritating puzzles I've ever seen.
Yeah, this puzzle's really annoying because you have to keep on flipping the room and pushing this block at the same time while dealing with these 2 chews constantly respawning. I don't like this room. It's my least favorite room in the entire dungeon. I usually try to avoid these guys for as long as I can. If they just start getting in my way too much, I just kill them.
Oh, you stepped my side up. Okay, that works.
Yeah, because, like I said, this one takes forever. And I think you spend a little bit longer here because the chews get even more annoying on your end. So it's just like, okay, let's just do this. Also, I love how you pay attention. If there's an item on the screen, you just see the item move with the screen. You don't see a flip at the end like Link does. So it looks weird when you think about it.
Yeah, the chews are really fucking annoying.
Yeah, these chews do not help at all. Because every time you're trying to do something, a chew jumps on your head. And they respawn pretty fast.
Goes. Green chew right in your face.
Yeah, they respawn really fast too, so you're always dealing with these chews. So now we got the Wizrobe fight here.
Oh god, Wizrobe again.
Yeah, we keep on seeing these stinking things. I mean, seriously, we just got sick of Wizrobes. We've seen them so much. In fact, I'm just so sick of them. I don't care. I don't want you teleporting. I'm just gonna burn you with my light arrows, as much sense as that makes. And I'm just gonna kill you.
We've seen this fight 1,000 times throughout this whole LP, so I think you guys know what to do at this point.
Yeah, so I was like, hey, Wizrobe, spin attack.
Meanwhile, I'm just gonna stand in one place and fight him, because why not?
Luckily, at this point in the game, now we have light arrows. We can actually do so much damage to these guys. 4 light arrows will kill a Wizrobe. So
yeah,
there's that.
I just shot 2 of them, and he's already in his transporting phase. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, like I said, light arrows do a lot of damage to the Wizrobe. It's weird how fire arrows don't do this much damage, but light arrows do. Normally it's the other way around with enemies, but this does work, so why the heck not, right?
Exactly, see, he's already dead.
Also, now we have Pose all of a sudden. It's like the only real time you see actual Pose in this game. We've seen Big Pose at this point, but not normal Pose. And they're in this one room for some reason.
Those can be annoying too, though.
Yeah, and they can also give you their whole soul that you can drink, which could be beneficial or harmful. It's pretty much playing Russian roulette with a bottle.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
They give you like, what, 3 or 4 hertz of recovery at the most, so yeah, not really worth it. And they don't sell for much. They never did.
Pros are just kind of useless in this temple, so.
They kind of useless in general.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
Just the big pose, the important one. It was important not going in time for getting that final bottle, which was a pain to do. Then it's useful in this game for selling for a lot of money and for a bottle and mandatory quest. It always comes back to the bottle. Well, we just ran into some stone-like enemies from that past room I was in. Those guys, if you wear the stone mask, they won't see you, they'll just fly around, but if you shoot them with a light arrow, they'll turn upside down. That's the only way to kill them, because they need to slam their head in the ground and actually die. Also, I love how you're trying to go back in that room from the staircase.
I wanna go! I wanna go! I wanna go!
I tried doing that when I was younger too, because you would think maybe you could just step up and go in that room. No, can't do it.
Now watch this. This is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I don't know how I
barely made that.
I did.
You're like, I'll take it.
I don't have to restart the room. Hooray! I mean, wait a minute.
Even though there's not much to restart at this point.
Yeah.
But one thing we didn't talk about yet with the light arrows, if you kill certain enemies with these, like bubbles for example, they drop 50 rupees.
A fucking lot of money.
At this point, we can grind for money really easily, because if we just grind on bubbles, for example, then we'll get 50 rupees per kill. That's still not how I grind now. I mean, that's how I used to, but I found a much faster way to doing it now, which I'll be showing off probably the next recording session of ours.
Oh boy, this guy.
Yeah, now we're dealing with the game's Grim Reaper himself.
Hey, buddy.
Instead of called Grim Reaper, he's called Gomez. It's the Grim Reaper, Gomez. I didn't know he had a last name.
It might as well be the Grim fucking Reaper at this point.
It is basically the Grim Reaper. So, basically what you just have to do with this guy is you need to attack him with your light arrows first, and then you can actually hit his weak spot. Because of all these bats around him, you can't really hurt him. Luckily though, the bats will drop stuff for you. They'll drop, I believe, some arrows and magic. So that'll help. Oh yeah, I forgot those things exist in this game, because we barely see them move.
Pause out, actually fly at you is what they are.
Yeah. They don't actually have a description of any kind, so we just call them ghost bots. Let's just kill some more bubbles for money and hey, jerk! I gotta play a stinking song.
It's just a song of storms. It's real easy.
You're wasting like 10 seconds of my time. Jeez. The annoying thing about a bubble, you could just get clipped at the last moment with one of these guys, and then you can't swing your sword. It's kind of annoying at that point.
Yeah.
And also, I think it should be pretty obvious, but when you're trying to go through the big room here that I'm currently in, destroy the bombs before you do anything. Otherwise, you'll really get hurt. You'll void out. You'll waste your time. Be a pretty frustrated person. Just destroy it.
Ow. Why you gotta pick on me, old Mr. Death? What did I do to you?
He just really wants his soul. Sticking Gomez. I know that's not how you're really supposed to pronounce it, but when you read it, it looks like Gomez, not Gomez.
Gomez. Sounds like you're saying dumbass.
Grim Reaper's such a dumbass. Well, that's weird to say about the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, because of that, I almost died.
Yeah, you were like up close and personal with this guy.
He's a dumbass. What do you expect?
You really want to be up close and personal to death.
Nah, Link's used to it at this point.
Now, one thing I should mention with this chest here that I'm targeting, you can check it with Tattle, and Tattle can pretty much say, hey, that floating chest in the air, we can probably hookshot, right? And then you hookshot it. I never really checked that description because I find it a lot easier just to grab onto that using targeting. Once you check a description of something that's green like that, your targeting system goes away on it. So I just never check it.
So Lester's re-flipping the temple again.
For one stinking fairy. For one fairy.
Now he's gonna show that trick.
Yeah, I already, like in the beginning, I showed the time-stopping trick, but now, for the one that actually isn't a glitch, you could just play the LG and emptiness on just this one platform, and you're good to go. You don't have to do the entire puzzle in this one, luckily. It's the only one where you can just do one LG and emptiness and skip the entire thing. So you just play it there on the Switch, then you play it again on the block. Once your statue's moved, then you'll just ride the block back.
It's actually pretty fun.
And it's really convenient. Fun fact though, in the Japanese version, we see that the blocks in our version of the game here is just lined up side by side, but in the Japanese version, the left and the right block are just sitting on top of the platform itself. So we would be on a higher platform at that point. There we go, this is the final stray fairy, that is all of them. Now to flip the dungeon again. All for one stinking fairy in the very beginning of the dungeon.
It's okay.
I don't feel like playing the LG Empties anymore. I'm kind of sick of that song. Like, really sick of it. We played it too much. So let me get my handy dandy friend, the bombs.
Your friend the bombs?
And we're gonna do the crashing trick. I'm just gonna hit this switch from the floor. I don't care. I'll weird shot it.
Let's just do it the fucking right way.
This is risky because my game could crash, but you know what? You only crash once. Which I actually don't, so that term is invalid.
Oh, way to prove yourself wrong there, mister.
Yeah, second try, it's not bad. So I'm in the floor. B. And then I can just shoot right in the center. Because that switch's hitbox is all around. It's not just in the very front, thank goodness. So you can just hit that and flip the dungeon. And go through the ceiling. Because logic.